Well, the Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive is happening this Friday, and we are so lucky to have Kelly Barry, who is a registered dietitian with the Ottawa Food Bank, joining us this morning to, of course, talk more about the food drive and some healthy options that you can create with the food items you may pick up. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks.
So great to have you here. We're so excited for the food drive on Friday, and some really great things that people can get from the food bank as well.
So when people donate dollars to the food bank, we're able to purchase a lot of fresh items, which are really important for folks. So fresh milk, fresh eggs, fresh fruits and vegetables, which I have here today. I have a really good example of all of the fruits and vegetables that we provide. And so I thought I would showcase a roasted festive vegetable just to highlight what you can do with some of these great veggies.
Look at all this beautiful color in the pan as well. Vibrant colors, a little mixture of everything. I know they always tell you to make sure you have lots of colors in the bowl, right?
Absolutely, and when you see all those bright colors, you know there's lots of good nutrients, lots of antioxidants, so really, really healthy for us. And really simple what I'm preparing today.
Tell me how you've done this.
Yeah, so this is just cut up the vegetables. I've got something orange, and you could substitute, I chose squash today, but you could substitute carrots, you could substitute sweet potatoes, no problem. I've got a green veggie here. We've got broccoli because that's a vegetable that we do give out at the food bank. But you could also use Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts would be lovely, just cut in half in this dish. And then beets. And beets are a veggie that we do provide, and not one that people as commonly use, but very, very nutritious. Lots of good nutrients in there, and really nice when you roast it up like this. Yeah.
So what would you do? Just cut them up and then roast them in the pan?
You got it. So cut them up fairly evenly so that they'll cook evenly. Just very simple. A little bit of oil. It could be any kind of a liquid oil that you choose. You know, olive oil, canola oil, soy oil. Any of those would be fine. Just drizzle that on, and then just a pinch of salt. The salt helps to bring out some of the flavor in the veggies. So just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then what I like to do is just kind of massage the oil in with my fingers. And because you don't need a lot, and it goes a long way, but you really want that oil to kind of coat the veggies and get on the outside, because it really helps them to kind of, you know, get that nice caramelized outside, and they just, you know, keeps it from drying out as well. So just mix them up like that in the pan, and then pop that in the oven, and about 350, 375 for about 40 minutes. And I check it halfway through, give it a little stir just to kind of mix things around a little bit, and that's it. And then maybe and check them at about 40 minutes.
A roasted festive vegetable.
Yeah, and then this is kind of what you'd be expecting when it's all done. Nice caramelization. The roasting really brings out the flavor as well. I love it. And the great thing about this too is that there's so much flexibility, right? If your family likes certain spices, you could add what you want. You could add some rosemary and thyme to that. A little drizzle of maple syrup would be good.
Oh, I love that little tidbit.
Yeah, so lots of different options with something like that.
Wonderful. Now moving on to something else, beans. A lot of times it's one of the number one things that you guys do request at the food bank, beans, because they're so hearty and they're so versatile.
Exactly.
Tell me how you've incorporated some black beans today.
So we often think of beans in soups and stews, but they actually are really good in baked goods. And so today I've made a black bean brownie bite. Great for the kiddos, right? Kids love to have a sweet treat, and this is a way to boost up the fiber, the protein, the folate and iron. So adding beans is a really great way to showcase some of these really good foods that we ask for at the food bank. And there's lots of different options. We also I make chocolate chip cookies with chickpeas. I use the food processor. Something like the cookies, you could mash them with a potato masher if you needed to. In the black beans, the brownies, it's nice to have them pureed for the texture. And
so how do you put the black beans? Just the can? You puree the can?
Yeah, so this recipe called for 1 cup. So whenever you're using your beans, just drain them in a colander, and then really give them a good rinse. That gets rid of all that canning liquid. A little bit of the sodium goes out with that, and you'll get rid of a bit of the gas as well, because you get rid of some of those carbohydrates that are in the fluid.
Good tip.
And then it just goes into the food processor, and then all the other ingredients. It's really actually quite easy, and they're tasty.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and giving us some delicious recipe ideas. ideas. And we do want to remind you, you can donate now. There was a QR code on your screen. Our food drive is happening this Friday, but our donation bin is open now, so you can stop by anytime to our studios here at 87 George Street and donate your non-perishable food items. You can also donate your monetary donations online, or better yet, come on down and join us on Friday, December 11th. Of course, we will be broadcasting live right here at our studios on 87 George Street. For more information, head to our website, ctvottawa.ca.